welcome to At Home today. No, this is not the kitchen, as you can well see. This is, we're out of doors again. So we're doing some stuff today that's called summer salads, and there are 3 different kinds of pastas, and we're making them into salads, and there's a few surprises here. I think you're gonna like it. These kind of salads are great for any time of the year, but really for summer, they're best because if you're going to a function, said bring something, this is a salad, but it's a little bit meatier because it has a pasta with it. So I think you're gonna enjoy them. 3 different kinds, we're gonna make them on today's At Home. I know that, you know, sometimes life deals us some things that we think, well, why do I have to deal with this? Why do I have to go through this? And it's not our choosing, but it does happen. And it's what we do with those circumstances. What's the outcome that we are trying to achieve or trying to attain? And you know, like, this isn't the ideal thing. When you see these programs, it's probably going to be a nice day, but the day that we're shooting them, just think back to July, when it was those hottest days in July. Well, that's today when we're shooting. It's 94 degrees. There are lights on, there are tents above us. We'd like to be in the studio, we'd like to be in a nice air condition, but my crew and myself said we're sticking with it. Of course, the ones up in the technical room, they haven't stuck so well, but that's okay. We forgive them, don't we, crew? Yeah, right. Okay, keep the roar down. But we're really glad that you're with us. And we're going to make the best of a situation no matter what comes, because we have somebody that sees us through everything, and that's our Lord. So stick around. We'll get started with our summer salads in just a minute. But first, here's today's at-home hint. Here's today's at-home hint. Did you know that mustard is an international food? With varieties from America, France, Germany, China, and other European countries, it truly is a versatile food, especially on a hot dog.
For updates, pictures, stories, and more, like us on Facebook. To watch hundreds of classic episodes, subscribe to us on YouTube. And to get hundreds of free recipes, visit ctvn.org/athome.
Well, we're here making summer salads outside here today of our CTV studios. And the first one you make with a shell. This is a small 1 pound of shell macaroni. It's a small shell that we've cooked, we've cooled down. Anytime you make a salad, a pasta salad, that you're adding cold ingredients with, you want to be sure that this pasta is completely and totally cooled down, because if you don't, it's going to have an effect on your other ingredients. So we have drained this well, and it's cooled down perfectly. You can even do that the night before if you have the time. Now, this is called summer salad, and Jessica Martin sent this recipe to me, and I thought, we're going to give it a try, Jessica. I hope you're watching to see this. Okay, there's all kind of goodies in here. First of all, we have onion, and again, you can do as much of this or as little as you want. I'm going to do about a good half cup, something like that. And then we're going to take 1 carrot that has been grated. We're going to grate the carrot just on that little box grater you have. Just grate the carrot. And that's 1 large carrot grated. And then, put that in the trash. And then we have green pepper chopped. And if you don't like red and green, use all green. But this I'm going to use about half. This is half of a large green pepper. And then I'm going to put half of a smaller red pepper. You know, now is when all of this stuff is really coming into harvest. I mean, every place you look, there's wonderful. And this is the time to really be enjoying it. Now, don't the colors look great? That orange and the red and the green and the white. You want to make sure you have a nice big bowl to mix in too, because we're going to make a dressing for this salad. And these have to be thoroughly and totally chilled. So you don't want to be making this in an hour leave for your picnic or wherever you're going. This needs to chill a long time. We're also going to put some zucchini in it. And everybody, you know, this time of the year, people say, Arlene, what to do with the zucchini? My girlfriend brought me one to church the other day. It was this big around, about that long, like a torpedo. I said, I think this is one big zucchini and probably could make a whole lot of zucchini breads or fried zucchini, or put them on the grill. Yum, yum. But I'm just going to take my zucchini and we're going to chop it up. And it's going to go into my salad, because you can eat zucchini cooked or you can eat it raw. And it's delicious and very good for you either way. This time of the year, you have to take full benefit of all the bounty that's available, because You know, we'll be saying in the wintertime, boy, I wish I had some of that wonderful vegetables that we had in August and September and in the harvest time of the year. And then we can get them, but they cost you an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're chopping up the zucchini. If your kids don't like zucchini, put something else in. You know, you don't have to. You can put mushrooms in there or whatever. But I think when it comes to this time of the year, we want the fresh, like zucchinis and peppers and onions and just all the good stuff that the earth, which belongs to the Lord, you know, what it gives forth. So this is just one zucchini. Chop it roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get that in there because you're going to add another dimension of flavor. Okay? There's our zucchini right in there. You know, these kind of salads are refreshing too when it's really hot out. You don't feel like you want something really heavy. Now I know the pasta makes it a little bit heavier, but certainly isn't potatoes and all the heavy breads and everything. You don't have that. Nice iced tea with this is perfect. Okay, let's do the dressing. Now the dressing is half cup of red wine vinegar. Just pour that in. And then we do a half a cup of regular cooking oil. That goes in. Cup of sugar. This is going to be a sweet and a sour. Kind of like that combination with these vegetables too. And I have a bit of Dijon mustard here, which would be a teaspoon. If you like it a little tartar, go a little heavier. Okay? There's our Dijon. All right, and now salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper to your taste. Try not to put too much of that in because people can do that as they eat it. If they wanted to add more, they can. And then the last ingredient is a can of tomato soup. Just a plain can of tomato soup. And we're going to just put that right in our dressing. Unusual combination, isn't it? I like it though. I think it's going to be tasty because I think that is different than the plain old dressings that we've been trying. And I like new things. I like different things. Let's give it a different twist for a change. Now all we're going to do now is just mix this, and you want to use a whisk to incorporate it very well. And as it incorporates, it's going to make a wonderful dressing, probably going to look like some Catalina. You know, if you ever had Catalina, you'll know what I'm saying. It's a good dressing, but it's a sweet and a sour since you have that sugar in there, plus you have the oil, and you want this to emulsify, which means you want to get that oil in with the rest of the mixture really well. Okay? I think that's looking good. Okay. Now all we're going to do with this is pour that right over. Oh, I think this is a keeper. Oh yeah. This is something we're going to enjoy. And all you do is mix it well. Around. Okay? Just like that. Okay, wonderful. You got it. That's Jessica Martin's summer salad. This has to go now to get chilled. And I'm going to hand this off to Linda. Linda, if you'll cover that, she'll take care of that. I'm going to take a little drink of water. Hot day out here. Now the next one we're going to make, it's called, thanks Lynn, a BLT salad. And this is our larger shell. It's called medium shell. That's the pasta we're going to use for this one. And again, it's cold beautifully. We have about 4 cups of tomatoes. These are the plum tomatoes, just like this. We have those chopped up and they're finely chopped. That's the tomato in the BLT. We have a half a pound of bacon that we have totally cooked, drained well, and cooled. There's the tomato for the bacon for our BLT. And now we're going to do the lettuce. And all we're going to do with that is we're going to shred it. So we're going to slice it fine, like so. Get this going. This has a fantastic dressing that's going to go on it. But you want to use about 3 cups of shredded lettuce. And I'm going to turn this around, and we're going to chop it this way. It's all been fresh, nice and cleaned well. Make sure you get all the core out. You don't want to chop the core. This is what we do, just back and forth, chop it up. You want anybody to have to fight the lettuce when they're eating the salad, so you want to make sure it's nice bite-sized bits. Okay. I think we got it. All right. One more quick time through. How are we doing, Michael, on the time? Where are we, brother? Okay. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to show you how to make the dressing for our BLT salad. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you love At Home with Arlene Williams, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of episodes with all your favorite recipes, holidays, and friends.
Say hi to your fan club.
Hi, fan club.
And don't forget to click the bell so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
If you're just joining us, you've just joined us making summer salads. We already have a wonderful summer vegetable salad that's chilling in the fridge, and we're about to put the dressing on our BLT salad. And that basically is, you have to have mayonnaise on a BLT, right? Absolutely. So we start with mayonnaise. It's about a cup of mayonnaise. Put it in your dish. Okay. And then, who invited you? Get out of here. Okay, and then we're going to put some, this is sour cream, about 1/3 of a cup of sour cream. That's going to lighten the mayonnaise a bit. Okay, that will be good. All right. And then we have, excuse me, we have a teaspoon of sugar. That'll sweeten it up just a tiny bit. And we have some apple cider vinegar, and that'll sour it up a bit to go with the sugar that just sweetened it up. And then, of course, we have to do some Dijon mayonnaise, some Dijon mustard in with the mayonnaise. I said that because it seems like any time we do any kind of a dressing that has the mayonnaise to it, you neutralize it out with Dijon mustard. And I think that's good because I'm not a great mustard eater, but I like that little bit of a tang that you get with that. So that's a good thing. So look how quickly that goes together. Again, this one has to chill very, very well also. And we're going to just pour that over our salad bowl. Now you don't want this dripping, dripping, dripping with dressing. That's why it doesn't look like there's very much here. But there's going to be plenty just to give it a taste on our salad. Okay? Just want to get that off of there. And now we'll mix. And this one too is going to go into to the refrigerator and chill down very well. And we'll just mix it around. Ah, that is going to be awesome. Doesn't that look good? I wish you were here to taste it with us. Well, actually, 94-degree day, maybe not. But anyway, we wish you could taste it sometime with us. Because look, see how far that dressing went? That covered a whole pound of pasta plus all the ingredients. That one we're going to really, really enjoy. Okay, Linda, another one for the fridge. I'm glad I got the helpers here today because I couldn't do it without all of you. Okay, the next one we're going to do is unusual because that one is a Swiss apple pasta salad. Interesting. I never had a pasta salad that had apples in it, but not only apples, it has Swiss cheese. Another turn. Okay, over here we have our rotini pasta. Now this is the one we're going to use instead of the shells. And you can really use any kind of pasta you want to. It doesn't have to be the rotini or the shells. If you like other kind, the farfalle, those little bow ties, use whatever you like. But they should be about this size. And again, cooked, drained well, and refrigerated. These are cold. Especially on hot days, you don't want to take stuff that's not cold on a picnic or on a get-together. All right, I'm going to make the dressing for this one first because this dressing is going to help to keep our apples from turning brown because that's what you really want to be sure that you do. Okay, first of all, let me see, what do I have here? I have some cider vinegar. It's about 1/3 of a cup. And I have honey. No, I'm not calling Paul, that's the ingredient. Honey in this one. That's going to make it good too. Okay. This one's unusual because we're going to beat this with the mixer so that we're sure that it gets incorporated well. Okay. And then we have, look at this, black poppy seeds. You get those in where the spice area of your local supermarket. And again, some Dijon mustard, a little bit more with this one. Okay? Just want to make sure we get it all out of there. And let me make sure I have the oil, cup of oil. That's what I'm missing over here. I knew there was something else. 1 cup of cooking oil. A light oil is good. Do not use olive oil, it's too heavy. Okay? And We have the vinegar, the honey, the poupon mustard, and salt to taste. We'll give it a little salt. And our 2 tablespoons of black poppy seeds. Okay, now we're going to use the mixer right here. Just happen to have this out here. Yeah, right. Okay, and we're just going to blend this really well, because the vinegar in that's going to help the apples from turning brown, and that's important. So, you just do like this. Ah, that's looking good. It's going to taste wonderful. I think we're there. Maybe we'll give that another shot again before we pour it. Well, I guess we won't, because I'm going to put my apples in here. That's about 3 cups, 3 apples, okay? Oh, the girls are at their creativity again. How lovely. Okay, and then we're pouring our dressing directly on the apples to preserve them. And that is very important to do that. Wish I had a spatula, but I'll try it with this. Okay? See if we can get it all out. Because you want every little bit of that dressing. We got it. It'll be fine. And then you're going to make sure that you cover the apples very well with the dressing you've just made. Like that. Oh yeah. Now, what we're going to do is get rid of all these. We're going to take our pasta, slide out of my hand, and I'm going to put it in here. I think this is the biggest bowl that we have to work with. And I'm going to put my apples, since they're totally coated. No, maybe this bowl's better. We're just going to keep trying the bowls till we find one that works. Here we go. That's probably bigger. Okay? And we're going to mix this up, just like that. The apples. But see, there's something else that goes in here. This is wonderful, because we're going to put Swiss cheese. What's better with a piece of apple pie than a chunk of cheese? And that's what we're doing here. I'm going to trim these down just a bit, because I think I want them a little bit smaller. And I think like that would be better. And that just goes in there. Can you imagine what that tastes like and how refreshing? That's almost borderlines on like a dessert cheese, a dessert salad. I like that idea. Dessert cheese, because if you get the good imported Swiss, it is a good dessert cheese. We're just going to, you can almost use any kind of cheese really that you like. And, you know, but be creative. I always tell you that whatever your family likes, that's what you should use. If your family doesn't like Swiss, use mozzarella, use provolone, use whatever your family likes, because you want them to eat it. So, you know, go the extra mile and see what they like. Now we're just putting this in here, and we have some raisins to go in here. What could be better? Yum, yum, yum. We soaked the raisins for just a couple of minutes, just to, the bugs have been, I don't know who invited them, but they showed up. But we're okay with that. Just some raisins that we soaked in some hot water, just to plump them up a little bit. And now we're gonna mix, bring that wonderful dressing up to cover all the pasta, to cover the raisins, the cheese, the apples. Oh boy. When we come back, we're gonna be here and we're gonna show you all the salads we made today with our final remarks. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
To get all the recipes from today's show, plus hundreds of others, just click the link in the video description or visit our website, ctvn.org/at-home.
These are some salads I think you're going to add to your collection. First of all, this is our delicious, look at this, Jessica's summer salad. Isn't that awesome? Fresh mushrooms can go in that. Anything coming from the garden. You can even like parboil some green beans and put them in there. Anything that you have, that's a good basis. That is a wonderful sweet and sour dressing to it. And here's our BLT salad. Doesn't that look good? Yummy. I can't wait to taste that one. I know the crew's looking for always, we have food, they're looking for something to eat. What can I say? You never have a bad day here. And then here's our Swiss apple pasta salad. That's very nice. And you know, these little greens, if you're going somewhere and you're taking it for a special event, just go a little extra mile, put a little greens underneath it, makes it look nicer. Put on a nice big platter, decorate a little bit. It just makes everything look better. We added some fresh fruit. We've got a little bun. What more could you want? Except some good friends to enjoy it with. And every time you come by, you're the good friends that we prepare the food for and hope that you make it and you can enjoy it. As always, we wish that you could be here with us because that would be great so that you could taste it firsthand and decide. But since you can't, we just keep bringing these programs to you because we know from your mail that you enjoy them, you're learning, and that makes it all worthwhile. What would drive me out of my nice air-conditioned home on a 94-degree day? An obligation to you because you're part of the family and we want to bring you some more good programs. So I don't know what else to say, but I wish you were here. But be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.